Set the tone. New war zone. Yeah, we came to talk it, pain and gold. No bones about it. Let it roll. Asa's got them books stacked high. Old take heat and that sharp eye. Manager day shame, make fly. Seen every lockup, every running lie. Play fabulous, came late, but she locked in quick. Costume drama, that spotlight slick. The pageantry, the flair, the grit. Found her home in the chaos of it. Switch been down since way back when. Or reflects block dot sports again. CTR with that brother team. No bones crew, we the body slam dream. Time to welcome everybody to the room then. Balls for a brand of super kick them in the chin. Take a hound to the moon, watch them run and feel. No bones about wrestling, now is here. Books, toys, docs, and game night fights. Old school love in the modern lights. We don't just watch, we study the craft. Hear that crowd, we build on that. No bones about wrestling. No bones about wrestling. We break it down. We bring the heat. No bones about wrestling. No bones about wrestling. Four voices strong. Bring heat to these seats.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling. This is AEW Weekly, the show where we break down pretty much everything that's happened in the past week in AEW, and we look ahead a little bit as well. So we're going to give our bone ratings for Grand Slam Mexico, give our bone ratings for Collision. We're going to rank the top 5 men, women, and teams. What's up, Switch?
Hi, what's up, man? Look at you looking all professional.
Can you hear me?
Bruh, that mic sounds crispy.
Good, good. Yeah, we finally have stepped up here. So we don't have any feedback, and you can hear me all right?
Bruh, you sound good, man. I love it. Love it.
Good, good. But yeah, and that is my co-host Switch for AEW Weekly. And yeah, we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna get talk about some topics, some news, some rumors, all that kind of stuff. And we welcome your comments and your questions and all that. And Steven Chambers says, "What's up? What's up, Steven?" And he says, "Here goes the neighborhood." Yeah, we're stepping up our professionalism. We got a theme song, and starting very soon, we're gonna start stepping up the kind of the visual presentation here. But we're taking the baby steps to make things a little more professional. But yeah, here we go. So we'll start with the TV reports. AEW Grand Slam Mexico, August 5th from Mexico City, Mexico. Ratings, 694,000. And that is up 18,000 from the previous week. So pretty good. Excuse me. We started off. We had World Tag Team Champs Cope and Cage team up with their all-in opponents, the Young Bucks, and they took on the Death Riders team of Continental Champ Jon Moxley, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia, and they were accompanied by Marina Shafir. Pretty good match. All these guys are talented. Daniel Garcia is not my favorite, but they're all talented, and good opener. I give it 4 bones out of 5.
Yep, we on point with that. I was with 4 bones out of 5 too. Still a good opener.
And so if you're new with us here, thank you. And that's how we rate stuff. It's No Bones About Wrestling, so we don't do stars. We do bones. 0 bones is terrible. 5 bones is awesome. We do not go over 5 bones. There's no breaking the scale. Faz B, No Bones About Wrestling theme. And there's my mom back there. Will you turn off the kitchen light, please?
Mama Linda.
It's not on.
Oh, okay. It's just bright in here. It's fine. So that was our opener. Yeah, me and my wife, we live with my mom. And next matchup was for number 1 entry into All In's Casino Gauntlet match. And that Casino Gauntlet match is for a world title shot. So this was a triple threat. We had national champion Andrade El Idolo, and he took on Commander and Tommaso Ciampa. Andrade got the win. He hit the DM on Commander, got the pin. So Andrade is the number 1 entry in that Casino Gauntlet match. And this was a good one. Commander, always amazing, always impressive. One of my favorites to watch in AEW, definitely. But Andrade got the win. I give this one 4.5 bones out of 5. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I went 4.5 bones too, man. If it had been just a smidget longer, I probably would have ended up giving it 5. I was close to giving it 5 bones, but yeah, this was good. And Ciampa has been a beast since he's joined AEW.
Yeah, he looks like a different wrestler than when he was in WWE.
Yeah, totally.
And that just shows you people, they come to AEW and they take the handcuffs off, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you look at Rey Mysterio in WWE now, one of the best ever. Watch him at the first AEW show ever, All In. He's like a different person.
Yep.
So it just, in WWE, they make people wrestle in a certain sort of way. And AEW does not do that. One of the best things about the company, I think. Steven says, nasty cut Andrade after MJF attacking him. Yes, it was. Yeah, MJF came back, got his Dynamite Diamond ring back, and the MJF and Andrade feud goes on. I assume they're both going to be in that Casino Gauntlet match, but we'll talk about that a little later. And Steven says Ciampa is awesome, best run since his Ring of Honor days. Yeah, he's looking very good, doing very well for himself. And had what belt did he have for like a week? TNT, was that it?
Yeah, the TNT.
Yeah,
a little longer than a week, but yeah.
Up next, we saw Women's World Champ Willow Nightingale team up with the Brawling Birds. They took on Owen Hart Cup winner Mercedes Moné, who was facing Willow at All In, and the Women's World Tag Champs Divine Dominion. And Willow got a bridge pinned Moné. This was pretty good. It was a little too all over the place. Didn't have a lot of flow to it. Good performances by the women here. I gave this one 3.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5 bones out of 5 too, for the simple fact that it was a women's match that wasn't a squash match.
Right, yeah. Up next, we had an international title match. Pretty good one. The champion Kyle Fletcher of the Callis family defended against Speedball Mike Bailey, who earned a shot at the Redemption pay-per-view by winning that ladder match. Kyle Fletcher got the pin after a brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle pad. That's such a dangerous move that I really wish they would stop doing that. Like, yeah. I don't mean to sound like a pussy, but I don't want to see somebody get crippled or like he misses it, they hit their head and they fall out of the ring. It's so dangerous. That's not smart. Not smart.
I cringe every time I see it. Every time I see it, I cringe.
And real quick, going back to the last match, Steven says, not digging Willow winning with roll-ups as of late. I don't mind it. It's a little less predictable than when people hit the finisher to win. So I don't mind that sometimes. But again, talking about finishers, I do wish finishers were more permanent. You know what I mean? I wish a finisher was a finisher. I wish it ended the match, because then when people do kick out of a finisher at 2, it's a big deal. When you put that in every match, it's not a big deal, and it makes their finisher look not very powerful either, exactly. Yep. And AEW does that a lot, the kick out 2 on the finisher. And Steven agrees. He says it is a dangerous move. Yeah, too dangerous to do. But nonetheless, Fletcher got the win, kept his belt. Fantastic match. I gave it 5 bones.
I also gave it 5 bones. And normally when a match is predictable, I probably wouldn't go with 5 bones, because I'm pretty sure we all would have had Fletcher winning this one because he just got that belt. But Speedball and Fletcher, just like I said, one of my favorites to watch, man. 5 bones, man.
And Speedball had a kind of a back and forth battle with Val Venus on social media this week. Did you see that at all?
No, I didn't.
Because Val Venus was talking about how, Speedball is a they-them pronouns.
Uh-huh.
And Val Venus was kind of, talking shit about that and saying, be a man, be proud to be a man, and Speedball didn't take very kindly to that. and it just went back and forth, and had fans debating it too, and just but that's what happened this week. Yeah,
Lord Jesus.
So I don't know. I'm with Val on that. That's my that's my thought. I've always said that. I mean, not into politics or any shit like that, but a man's a man, a woman's a woman. DNA tests show you can chop off all the parts you want, you can add on all the parts you want, but your DNA says you're a man or you're a woman. And some people are intersex. Very, very small percentage are actually intersex. But 99.9% of us, you're a man or you're a woman. And wearing a dress or wearing pants doesn't change your sex. That's how I feel. And I wouldn't even mention it if we weren't talking kind of about sports here.
Yeah.
Steven says Val looks horrible. Yeah, he's not looking too great. And he says Val just looking for attention. Probably
so.
Mm-hmm. And somebody was debating with me. We were talking about the Val Venus thing. Somebody said he wasn't a draw. That's just wrong. People loved Val Venus back then. And I told the person online, I said, okay, if it wasn't a draw, why did they give him the Intercontinental title? Why did they give him the European title? Why was he on pay-per-views all the time? Why do people to this day still pay for his autograph? He wasn't The Rock or Stone Cold, but he was a draw, so people don't get it.
He was a draw. If they don't think he was a draw, come join us on Tuesdays right now, where he's just debuted and is getting over.
Yeah. Tuesday night Russo. Yeah, we're currently in 1998 WWF, and yeah, Val just debuted a couple weeks ago when we're watching, and yeah, it's getting over already and just keeps getting over. So yeah, he was a draw. People don't be mistaken. You don't have to like your personal animosity towards Val Venus try and talk bad about his career, because he was a successful wrestler and very popular for a while.
Yeah.
Fazby says, I identify as the admin of No Bones About Wrestling. Well, according to society nowadays, you are the admin of No Bones About Wrestling. So, yeah, we'll stop talking about all that. But that's my 2 cents. And like I said, I wouldn't even bring it up if we weren't kind of talking about sports, or like we see in JCW, Sonny Kiss, who's a man dressed like a woman. I think he has tits. I don't know. But they put him in the women's division, and it's not my company. That's up to them, of course, what they do. I just don't think they should. I think like I said, man's a man, woman's a woman. We'll get off all that shit now. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just sharing my thoughts and the science, the thoughts of science also. And people can live how they want. I don't care. I'm just speaking the truth here.
Yep.
All right. Up next, we had the Callis family. We had a 6-man tag. We had Kazuchika Okada, TNT champ, the Jet, Kevin Knight, and Hechicero, and they took on Mystico, Chris Jericho, and Darby Allin. Pretty strange team there. Pretty different kind of team. And Mystico, Jericho, and Allin got the win. Darby Allin pinned the TNT champ, Knight, after coffin drop. And Darby Allin still looking for revenge on Knight after Knight wrecked him after he lost the world title. And it was good. Good 6-man tag. I gave it 4 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 4 bones out of 5 too.
I think we've rated everything the same so far. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on it.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Next up, we had a non-title match. The CMLL World Women's Champ Persephone took on Chris Statlander, and it was good. Persephone got the pin after a springboard frog splash, and this one I gave 3.5 bones out of 5. It was just a little short. Otherwise, it might have gotten higher rating.
Yeah, well, I went half a bone higher. I went 4 bones on this, and the reason that I did is because Persephone needed that win. And I was glad that they gave her that win. So I actually went 4 bones on this. It was a decent match. But like you said, too short.
Yeah. I mean, they both look good. They were fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Persephone, Tony Khan has not been really booking her very well, and she is the CMLL Women's Champ, which is it's a pretty big belt. So yeah, hopefully, and she's talented, so hopefully she gets booked better if she's gonna hang around in AEW.
Yeah, she definitely needs to be.
Next up, we had a World Trios title match. We saw the Demand, who had the belts for a week, right? How long? Not even a week, was it?
Full week. I don't think it was a full week, bro.
I don't even know, but they lost the belts to a brand new team, Hangman Adam Page and Brodito. And of course, that's the team of Brody King and Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. And they won. Hangman hit a buckshot lariat. Bandito then hit a bridging German suplex, and Bandito pinned Toa Leona. So new champions. I mean, this was an upset. I think I don't know, you'd have to call it an upset just because that's a brand new trios team. I don't understand why they gave the Demand the belts in the first place.
I don't understand why they took it off them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I mean, really, is I don't understand why they took it off them so quickly. That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But it was a good match. I gave it 4 bones out of 5.
Even though I complained about this match, it was a good match. I went 4.5 bones. I tried to leave my emotions out of it because I was truly upset that the man lost those belts.
Yeah,
I guess when you're a EVP, I guess I can't go for the world title, so I guess I'll just put the trios on me. Like
pretty quickly, yeah, he got another belt pretty quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah,
let's see.
That's
Steven
where I
says
stand on that.
Steven said, please, for the love of God, never let Hangman do the Macarena. Yeah. Who was it? Well, they were doing the Macarena, right?
All 3 of them did it, yes.
Yeah. That was strange. Faz B says, did you guys hear that now Royce Keys is out indefinitely? I don't really follow WWE. No, I don't hear it. What happened?
I guess he got injured and he's out indefinitely.
That sucks.
And he fought on, was it SmackDown or Raw? I don't know. He fought earlier this week and he must have got hurt or something. But yeah,
that sucks.
It sucks that he's got hurt, but I don't even think they really know what to do with Royce Keys right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's some WWE stuff. We're AEW right now.
Right. Let's keep the WWE. I appreciate the news, but let's keep the WWE to a minimum. All right, main event. We had a Mexican street fight match with no outside interference allowed. We saw Owen Hart Cup winner and number 1 world title contender Will Ospreay. He took on Mark Davis of the Callis family, and Ospreay got the pin after a hidden blade. I thought it was a very good match. I gave this one 5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 5 bones out of 5 too. Billy Goat done stepped up a whole nother level, man.
Yeah.
I did not expect he had in him, but he's been, ever since rocking with John Mox and them, he's been another animal.
Yeah, it's something how someone who is already so good in the ring can show you, a different side and add moves and add a dimension to his repertoire that we hadn't seen before. He's such a talented wrestler. Like I said, I think he's the best wrestler in North America. I can speak to that because I don't want to say the world because I don't watch Japanese wrestling, so that would not be fair. But I think he is the best wrestler in North America for sure.
I wouldn't be mad at you for saying that. I could agree with that. He ain't my favorite wrestler, but as far as best wrestler, yeah,
he's something
right now,
else.
He
man.
is on it.
All right, up next, Collision, August 8th. They were in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Vince Russo's neck of the woods. That's where he lives now, Colorado. And mentioning Vince Russo, we're doing a second interview with Vince Russo. It's going to be sometime August or September. We will announce a date when we have it, but he is coming back on the show, so make sure to check that out. And our first interview is still available, youtube.com/@nobonesaboutwrestling, or you can check out the audio only version on iTunes or Spotify or all that. So check it out if you haven't listened or watched it yet. All right, Collision opener. We had the first Continental Cup match, where the winner of this tournament will be the Continental Champion, which Moxley currently has, but he has to win the tournament to keep the belt. We saw Claudio Castagnoli of the Death Riders take on Ace Austin of the Bang Bang Gang. No surprise here. Castagnoli got the win. He hit a European Cup uppercut on Ace, got the pin and the win, advances to the next round. Great match. Both guys look very good. I gave it 4.5 bones out of 5.
Yep, I went 4.5 bones too, man. Even though Ace keep on taking these single losses, man.
Yeah. And Ace, I like him a lot, and we're going to talk about Ace a bit later too. But yeah, he's his singles record in AEW is 1 win, 9 losses. His 1 win was against Brian Keith.
And then I think it's opposite in Ring of Honor.
Oh, really? Okay.
He gets
that's good.
Ring of Honor.
That's good at least. But we're going to talk about Ace a little bit later. Up next, we saw number 1 tag title contenders, the Brawling Birds. They took on Viva Van and Vert Vixen, and we all knew what was going to happen here. The Brawling Birds hit their tag finisher, 2 birds and 1 stone. They got the pin and the win, and this was a squash match, and we don't rate squash matches because what's the point? Up next, another Continental Cup match. We saw 1/3 of the World Trio. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're not the World Trios champions anymore. Excuse me.
So used to saying it.
Yeah. We saw Orange Cassidy. Excuse me. We saw Orange Cassidy of the Conglomeration take on Matt Sydal of Skyflight. Sydal was accompanied out by Christopher Daniels, but then Christopher Daniels went right backstage. Cassidy hit the beach break and got the pin. And this was an excellent match too. Both these guys, super talented, different, very different styles, but they meshed well here. I gave it 4.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it 4.5 too, and it was entertaining, man.
Oh yeah,
it was entertaining.
Definitely. Right up next, we had a tag match. We saw Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz of the Rascals, accompanied by Myron Reed, the other Rascal. And they beat Aaron Solo and Steven Fuerte. One of the Rascals hit a standing moonsault to get the pin, and this was another squash match. But the Rascals look good for a short match as this was. Up next, we had kind of an impromptu match. We saw Speedball Mike Bailey take on Myron Reed, who was still out there, and Speedball hit a Spanish fly and got the pin. Both guys looked great, but for me, at the beginning, there were a few too many cutesy spots where the guys went for the same move simultaneously. Like they would do a kick or they would whatever. There were too many simultaneous. Yeah, I don't like that sort of stuff. That's just my personal preference. I like it when, we all know it's not real, but I like it when we try to make it look real, and doing all that stuff just makes it look like a choreographed movie fight,
Yep.
But good match. Mike Bailey got the win. I gave it 4 bones out of 5.
I gave it 4.5 bones out of 5. I enjoyed it even with that stuff in the beginning.
Okay. All right. I missed a bunch of comments here. Fazby said GOA lost because it was a call from Vince. Is he talking about the Gates of Agony? Is that?
Yeah, that's Gates of Agony.
Call from Vince.
I think he's joking.
I don't know. And then Steven says larynx. Maybe is that what Royce Keys hurt? Maybe I don't know.
So because Faz is saying some stuff right here too, so I think he's right. Larynx.
He said, I think he might have swallowed the blood capsules. Oh, I saw that. I saw that injury, that fake injury, I think it was. Yeah. And Fazby says, yeah, Royce Keys swallowed the blood capsules.
Lord Jesus.
Wait, is that how he got? No, that's not how he got injured. Those aren't like poison.
If you swallow the capsule,
you think he really hurt his?
Yeah, it can tear that. It can tear that shit. Them capsules, they can tear them Jones, man. Because it's like a hard, it's like a a hard plastic. You know, once you bite
Yeah.
down into it and it
Yeah.
comes out, it'll be like it can have jagged edges on it. That's why you're not supposed to swallow them.
Okay.
So, oh gosh.
I will take his word for it. I had not heard that. I did see that injury online. You know, I don't watch WWE, but if you're on X all the time, it's, you know, you can't avoid it. You know, I end up seeing a lot about WWE, and I did see that.
Yeah, and even the fake blood, it didn't even look right.
No,
It didn't even look right. I was like, oh,
it was like bright red. It was
Yeah.
like bright red and like bubbly looking, you know?
yeah.
I don't, y'all can get it better than that, you know? They got enough money. They could get better fake blood than that.
Exactly.
Fazby says he botched the capsules. The way he was throwing up was off. Yeah, it was not well done. Not well done. But again, back to AEW, y'all. Back to AEW. All right, up next, we had a women's tag. We saw CMLL World Women's Champ Persephone team up with Hikaru Shida, and they took on TBS Champ Maya World and Hyan. Shida pinned Hyan after it was a modified tombstone pile driver, but I think Shida kind of messed up the move. That's what it looked like to me.
That's what it looked like to me too.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, but that's kind of what it looked like, was a modified tombstone. But Shida and Persephone got the win. You know, pretty good match. I gave it 3.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I went 3 bones out of 5.
Fair.
Yeah.
Up next, we had an 8-man tag. We saw Jungle Jack Perry team up with 3 members of the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and the Guns, and they took on the same 8-man tag team we saw on Dynamite, the Death Riders, Continental Champ John Moxley, along with Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia. And the Death Riders got the win. Wheeler Yuta pinned Colton Gunn after a Busaiku knee, running knee to the face. And I tell you, the Guns in this match looked great. They looked awesome. Both of them looked great.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, and I tell you, I want to see them stay together as a tag team, so don't take me wrong, but Colton Gunn especially looked great. I could see him being a world champion someday.
It wouldn't surprise me, bro. Would not
I could
surprise
see it.
me.
I could see it. I'm
just glad that they're still young and they got time.
Yep, and they keep improving. They keep improving, I think. So that was good to see. And Juice was great in this match too.
Juice is one of them ones, man. If he wants to go, he'll go. If he don't, you could tell he doesn't feel. Sometimes Juice can phone it in, but for this match, he was all about this match.
Mm-hmm. Seems like he's finally gotten the ring rust off since returning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really good match. A lot of action, and everybody looked good in it. I thought. I gave it 4.5 bones out of 5.
Yeah, I went 4.5 too. And once again, this is like, you don't have to have, even though it wasn't a DQ. When you do a multi-man match, you don't have to have everybody just laying out, making it not believable. Everybody was active in this joint. And they actually was telling stories in this joint. Because Moxie got in for a minute to face Jack, and then was like, I'm not doing that right now. And tagged out before he even touched Jack. And didn't end up touching Jack till almost towards the end of the show. So I like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those little touches go a long way sometimes. Yeah. All right, and main event of Collision was a Continental Cup match. We saw Jake Doyle of the Callis family take on Eddie Kingston, who hasn't really been on AEW television lately.
Nope.
And Kingston got the win. Doyle submitted to a Dragon Sleeper. And it was pretty good. I gave it 4 bones out of 5.
Yep, I gave it 4 bones out of 5 too, man. Good to see Eddie back on AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I think personally, I know we don't really give out our All In stuff, but I wouldn't mind it being Eddie versus Mox at All In.
Okay, I could see that. Well, Eddie won the first Continental Classic. Did Mox win the next Continental Classic? I can't remember who, or was it Okada? I can't remember.
I think Okada won it next, and then Mox won.
Oh, okay, all right. But that would be cool. And I saw on X, a lot of people criticizing Eddie Kingston's performance in this match, And I watched it kind of expecting it to not be good just because I heard so many people. He was fine.
They
He was,
always want to shit on Eddie Kingston.
yeah, but
Okay,
he was
he's
fine.
not the typical athlete. He did just what he does, man, and it
Yeah.
worked. Especially for who he was in there against.
And I saw a lot of people talking shit about his physical appearance too.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a big fat belly and like no muscle tone at all.
That's the only thing that makes me upset with Eddie, because he was gone for a while. He could have got in a little better shape. I ain't saying he got to be toned down and ripped, but he could at least trim down the beer gut.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he could and should look better. Yeah, well, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Especially all the time he was out, like he could have spent some of that time at the gym, you know?
I was expecting that.
Right, me too. I mean, a lot of times we see that people are out for injuries, they come back in better physical shape than when they got injured. That's not what happened here, though. City by the Bay says, yo, no live watch. No, sorry, everybody. We are not doing a Dynamite watch along tonight. I am going out of town tomorrow. So I wanted to spend some time with K Fabulous tonight. Not doing a show because I haven't really seen her today much. And so I wanted to, get some time with my wife. I'm leaving town for 4 days, so I'm going to miss her. And yeah, that's why we're not doing a watch along tonight. Some things come before doing shows,
Yep, but I will say, take a chance at 8:00 on the Wolf Den podcast. He might actually go live for AEW tonight, and I might join him if he does it. So that's the Wolf Den podcast on YouTube. Y'all can go over there around 8. He might go live on there. Oh, you done made people upset.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. City by the Bay says, so no lunacy either. We are doing a lunacy watch along tomorrow night. It's going to be Switch and K Fabulous. I may be on it. I may be. I'm actually going out of town to play in a pinball tournament, a 4-day long pinball tournament. But I got a hotel room, and if I'm in the hotel room by 8, I'm gonna try and do it. I'm not sure though. I doubt it, honestly. But we are doing one tomorrow night, 6:55. That's gonna be Switch and K Fabulous doing Lunacy. So yeah, that's still on. And Fazby says, Eddie said, fuck it. I'm too old and I ain't getting no world belt. That's why he didn't get in shape.
You know what? I can see that. I can see that.
And Fazby says, my bad. I thought you guys would have had live tonight. Yeah, it was on the schedule and I canceled it today. So I'm sorry about that, everybody. But like I said, I want to spend time with my wife before I leave for 4 days. So that's it. That's it.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
And City by the Bay said, you might as well go to the gathering. I tried to get K Fabulous to go to the gathering of the Juggalos, but she was not having it.
She's not. She's not.
No, that would be a weird time, but I bet it would be a pretty fun time,
It would be fun. It would be fun, but that's not Kay's. I don't think Kay can do that many people. And she ain't got her meds yet. Nah, she ain't with that.
She did finally. She did.
She did? Okay.
Finally.
Sweet.
Finally, yeah.
I'm glad she got him by the time it was time to go back to school.
Yeah. She finally got him.
Yep, so that was AEW week for Collision and Dynamite, y'all.
All right, so Switch, what do you give match of the week for AEW this week?
Man, I got 2 5s.
Let me give mine while you think about it.
Yes, please, please.
I'm going to give mine to the Grand Slam Mexico main event, Ospreay beating Mark Davis. I thought it was a great match. So was Fletcher and Speedball, but just barely. I think Ospreay and Davis, they told a better story in their match, and I give that match of the week this week.
I think I'm going to agree with you for the simple fact of what you pointed out in the Speedball and no, that was Speedball of mine. Cancel that. Yeah, I'm going with Ospreay and Mark too, man. That was awesome. Awesome.
And Fazby says, I loved pinball in the early 90s in them dark arcades with super loud music. Yeah, the best time for pinball machines was the early and mid 90s. So my
Yes.
favorite games were made then, but they still make them now. There's, like 4 or 5 companies now. There's 2 big ones and then about 4 or 5 or 6 total. I love pinball. I used to own an arcade, if y'all don't know it out there, and we had it was an arcade / used video game store. So we had games for sale. We had arcade machines, pinball machines. I used to have a ton, and now I only have 2 at home, but I like having 2. And at some point soon, we're gonna start No Bones About Pinball. So I'll announce that when I figure out how I'm gonna do it exactly.
Wait.
But yeah, so wish me luck. I'm in a 4-day tournament. There are gonna be some really good players there. There's no way I'm gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, all right, what are we doing next? Okay, I'm gonna go through the news real quick, and then we'll talk about the topics we got to talk about.
Go ahead. Bro.
All right, so here's some news stuff. FTR are returning to wrestling, but not yet to AEW. Their return match is against the Good Brothers, August 22nd, and that is for Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. I think that is somewhere in Kentucky.
Okay.
Also, they're facing undisputed British tag team champions Cowboy Way, I don't know who they are, at a Revolution Pro Wrestling event on August 29th in London. And there is no timetable for FTR's AEW return, but you got to imagine it'll be soon. I can't see them doing other companies. I mean, they're still and not doing AEW. I mean, they are still employed, so I assume they're coming back to AEW, but they haven't said.
Yeah, they gonna come back, man. But if FTR comes back, it's only one place for them to be, and that's in the title hunt. And right now, you got the Motor City Machine Guns. You got the Guns looking good. We don't know if New Day is going to be coming in anytime soon. So go ahead and let them do their thing, establish themselves, maybe get a couple of other new tag teams coming up, and then FTR can come back and try to wreck shop through everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tag team scene is going to be great. Coming up soon. It's already pretty good, but they could use some more teams, and they're about to get them, like Switch said. All right, some more news. MVP said his retirement match may come next year, 2027. He is currently 52 years old, so it'll be around 53. And he said he said he may retire next year. Didn't say anything definite.
He ain't retiring.
You said what?
He ain't retiring.
He ain't.
52,
most people in wrestling, yeah, they say that and then they don't, or they come back, All right, national champion Andrade El Idolo. He posted on social media that he'll be, quote, out of action for a few days or weeks. It's nothing serious, he said. He did not provide a reason for his absence. So if he's injured, I hope he gets better soon. But like I said, he did not say why he's going to be gone, but he'll be gone for a little bit. All right, some other news. Announcer Jim Ross had brain surgery earlier today. I have not heard how it went, but I'll say our prayers and well wishes are with JR, and hopefully it helps him out some. He has had a lot of bad luck with his health in the past few years, so hopefully it helps him out. And if you've heard how it went, let us know, because I have not heard anything, but that did happen today.
Yeah, I read last week that he was going in today. He talked about, I think he said it was a shunt that he was getting done.
Right.
I've never heard of that or even know what that is.
I think he said they're like draining fluid out from around his brain or something like that.
Okay. He said he's been needing it done for a while now.
That's crazy, man. That's scary. I would be scared as hell. A lot of times during brain surgery, they keep people awake because your actual brain cannot feel pain.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll keep you awake just to make sure they didn't fuck you up and make sure you can still respond to them.
Oh,
which is crazy. That's crazy.
Yes. Oh.
All right. Some discussion topics now. In an interview with The Sportster, Chris Jericho said the big difference that sets apart the WWF Attitude Era from today's pro wrestling is, quote, we don't have iconic characters now. He went on to name The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Mankind, Triple H, Kurt Angle, himself, Chris Benoit, Kane, and The Big Show. So, Switch, do you feel AEW does have any iconic characters?
I mean, if they'd have been around longer, I would say yes. I don't feel like they have iconic characters now.
Yeah.
Now, if you give it another 5 more years, I would tell you probably they would have some. But right now, they're still AEW is still a baby. They're still a baby company. They're still relatively new. So I can't really say they have any iconic characters that are homegrown. Edge is iconic, but he's still a WWE guy to me. I'm talking homegrown. Maybe Kenny later down the road, Ospreay later down the road.
Right.
The Bucks, it'll be the EVPs. That'll be iconic. But not right now. I can't call nobody iconic right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree. You know, you could say Jericho, but of course he was a WCW, WWE guy, WWF guy. But I would call him iconic, so he's still there. And, you know, like you said, you got to say Adam Copeland is definitely iconic. So I'd say those two, but I agree. None of the guys who are AEW homegrown are really iconic. But like you said, you kind of on the border is Kenny Omega, who of course made a big name in Japan. Will Ospreay, who made
close.
MJF is close. You know, and my thing, I'll just say, you know, I don't think enough people watch AEW to call any of their characters iconic.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference. I mean, the ratings in the Attitude Era were like about, you know, 12 times the ratings AEW gets. So it's hard to call anyone iconic in AEW when, you know, they get, maybe if you combine the TBS and HBO, maybe they get around 1 million viewers a week. We don't know, because I don't think HBO announces their viewership.
And that's still not touching the old days.
Right. WWF was getting like 6.5 and shit. So that's I think the biggest difference why AEW doesn't have people we can call iconic, is they're just not big enough. They're just not popular enough. All right. Announcer Mick Foley, in an interview again with the Sportster, he said Darby Allin, quote, took the inspiration from Cactus Jack and had a whole lot of athleticism to it. So, Switch, how do you compare Mick Foley and Darby Allin?
I only compare them as far as having no regards for their bodies. That's the only way that I compare them. I wish that Darby could take some of the storytelling that Mick has and apply it to his character and make his character more, because Darby could make his character more dynamic and more layered than what it is. And I hope with Mick Foley being there, some of that will rub off on him. But yeah, just no regards for their bodies and the things that they do in the ring. That's the only way that I compare him and Cactus Jack together. But get that storytelling down the way that Mick was, making people feel like he already makes people feel, but Mick Foley could go to a whole nother level at making you feel his character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree with all that. I can't add a lot to that. But yeah, just say, right, in the ring, Mick Foley was a great storyteller, one of the best. In promos, he was one of the best, if not the best. And even in, you know, backstage segments, whatever you want to call them, non-wrestling segments, even there, he's a great storyteller. He could be very funny, or he could be very dramatic if it called for it. So yeah, all that stuff, the promos and the storytelling and making you care about his characters, Darby Allin doesn't even touch that. But their styles as far as risk takers. That's the only way we can really compare them. But I think Mick Foley was superior in every aspect over Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Darby does some crazy shit though, you know.
I'm telling you, man, I'm
He's
worried
crazy.
about that guy.
Me too.
I worry about him every time he goes out there.
Yeah. I said before, and I hate to say it, but I feel like as risky shit they do and as many moves they do where people land on their necks and their heads, I feel like we're going to see somebody die in AEW. And I'm not joking. I'm not making light of it. I hope I'm wrong, but I really feel like we're going to see that. And that's, they need to rein in the safety a little bit, I think, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want that to happen. All right. One more discussion. I said we were going to talk about Ace Austin a little bit. And so after his match with Claudio, people within AEW are said to be very impressed with Ace Austin. As I pointed out before, his singles record is 1-9 in AEW, defeating only Brian Keith. So, Switch, what do you think about Ace?
I like Ace. That boy got some legs on him, got some thighs on him, man.
Yeah.
But he has a couple of innovative moves that he pulls out every once in a while, especially on Ring of Honor. But AEW just has so many good mid-level talent. And maybe he's just one of them ones that has to take losses right now, man. But yeah, if they keep on with this, they're just going to downgrade him, and he's not going to be believable as far as having any kind of championship chase or run, you know. But Ace Austin is good, and if this is what they're going to do to him in AEW, let him run shop over there in Ring of Honor. I don't mind that, but still let him be affiliated with the Bang Bang Gang. All
right. Yet again, I agree with all that. I think Ace Austin, I think he's a great wrestler. Awesome. Very athletic, very talented. Good addition to the Bang Bang Gang. But like you said, they got to start giving him some wins in AEW, or it won't be believable. It won't mean as much if he does start winning, because people will see him so much as like a lower card loser, you know? And I think as talented as he is, they got to start giving him some wins, because he does put up, every time he's in the ring, he puts up an impressive performance. So I think Tony Khan should start rewarding that a little.
And you know, they have enough talent on that roster to mix it up a little bit. Like you got Ace Austin. I don't think he should be taking as many losses as he does, especially if you're trying to build the Bang Bang Gang back up, being that they're all back together. Another person, AR Fox. Every time AR Fox is on an AEW show, we know he's losing. You know, right? It's like they have people there that is just to lose.
Yeah,
Rocky Romero. We always say if Rocky Romero's in the match, he's getting pinned. You know.
Yep.
Let's let these guys get some wins, so at least be even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree with all that.
You want to bring people in with squash matches and stuff, like 3 squash matches on one show. Why?
Yeah. If I paid for a ticket and they put on 2 or 3 squash matches, I'd be pretty pissed off. You know.
I would too. With how big that roster is,
right?
You should not. I mean, I understand squash matches for like the people that are like Goldberg, Ryback, Ultimate Warrior. You trying to get them over or something, and they're new. But you got people up in here like the tag team champions. They're going against squash matches with the girls. You know, it doesn't make sense to me when you got all these people on the fucking roster.
Right. Yeah. And back in the day, like the 80s and 90s, most WWF TV shows were squash matches. But I tell you, the big difference between then and now is the guys who are getting squashed used to get in a couple moves.
Get some offense in.
Yeah. So we knew who was going to win, but it at least looked a little bit like a fight, a struggle. But in these AEW squash matches, they don't even let them get any moves in, maybe like one, you know,
a chop, and that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, in this day and age, as much as tickets cost, and as you pointed out, with that huge roster AEW has, there's no excuse to have squash matches. You know, we talked about it before on the show. Maybe sometimes, rarely. You know, if you're trying to get somebody over, if you want to show how powerful they are, stuff like that, throw in a squash match sometimes. Why not? Sure. But that should be the exception rather than the rule. And we always get squash matches on Collision every week, you know?
Yep.
And like I said, if I paid for a ticket, I would not be happy with that, you know? All right, everybody, now it is time for the top five.
Let's go.
Your AEW top 5 rankings for August 12th. And Switch and I, we come up with our own top 5s. We argue about it. We have very hurtful personal things to say to each other. And eventually, we come up with a consensus top 5. And so here it is for this week. And we're going to start ladies first. Number 5, falling 1 spot from number 4 last week. She lost to Persephone this week in a non-title match. That is Chris Statlander, number 5. Number 4, down a spot from number 3 last week, is the TBS champion Maya World, who did not have a singles match this week. But, you know, she's in the top 5 basically because she is the TBS champion. Number 3 this week. Just mentioned her. She beat Chris Statlander. She is up 2 spots from number 5 last week, and that is CMLL Women's World Champion Persephone, who hopefully we do see getting booked a little better because she's one of the better women, more talented women.
Bro, I like her a lot.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Very good. Number 2, same spot as last week. She was the Owen Hart Cup winner. She's got the world title match at All In, and that is Mercedes Moné, as Switch does her dance. Number 2. And number 1, same spot as last week, the Women's World Champion, Willow Nightingale. So number 1, Willow Nightingale. Number 2, Mercedes Moné. Number 3, Persephone. Number 4, Maya World. And number 5, Chris Statlander. So all 5 of these women, they were the top 5 last week. We just had a couple shuffled around. That doesn't happen usually, where the top 5 all stay in the top 5. Doesn't usually happen. And in the teams scene, what usually happens is a lot of times we have all new teams breaking in to the top 5.
The team one was a little tough for me, man.
Yeah.
My list for the team one was a little tough, so I'm anxious to hear this one.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we have this week. There are 4 new teams in the top 5 because Tony Khan, he doesn't consistently book the same teams to fight every week. So that's why there's so much switching around in the tag team rankings. So number 5 this week, they're down a spot from number 4 last week. They didn't fight this week, but at least in a tag match. But they are the World Tag Team Champions as Cope and Cage, number 5. Number 4, they got a win in a trios match. First time I think they've been a team, and that is World Champ Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds. So Willow in the women's and the teams rankings this week. She's been doing pretty well. Been winning a lot of matches lately. And they got that win. They got that win over Mercedes and the tag champs Divine Dominion. Number 3 this week, as we pointed out, kind of a strange team. Again, their first time teaming up, and they got a win at Grand Slam Mexico, and that was Mystico, Chris Jericho, and Darby Allin, who I bet we'll never see them team again. So they're number 3 this week. A good win. They look good. Number 2, they actually won a match on Dynamite and won a match on Collision this week. And that's a 4-man team. The Death Riders, Continental Champ John Moxley, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia in at number 2. And number 1, another first-time team, but they won the World Trios titles their first time out. And that is Hangman Adam Page and Brodito. Number 1 this week. So number 1, Hangman and Brodito. Number 2, Moxley, Pac, Yuta, and Garcia. Number 3, Mystico, Jericho, and Darby Allin. Number 4, Willow Nightingale and the Brawling Birds. Number 5, Cope and Cage. All right. And last but not least, the men's top 5. Number 5, back in the top 5 for the first time in a while, actually. And that is Conglomeration member Orange Cassidy, who beat, who'd he beat?
Cassidy beat Matt Sydal.
Thank you. And Cassidy is in the second round now of the Continental Cup. Number 4, back in the top 5, he defended his title against Speedball successfully, and that is the international champ, Callis family member Kyle Fletcher, number 4. Number 3, down a spot from number 2 this week, or excuse me, down a spot from number 2 last week. That is Owen Hart Cup winner Will Ospreay, who got the win over Mark Davis at Grand Slam Mexico, and of course Ospreay's getting the world title shot at All In. Number 2, up a spot from number 3 last week. That is Andrade El Idolo, the national champion, who is going to be the number 1 entry in the Casino Gauntlet for a world title shot at All In. So Andrade and Ospreay just flip-flop spots. And number 1, he's been there for several weeks now, and that's your world champion, Kenny Omega. So number 1, Omega. Number 2, Andrade. Number 3, Ospreay. Number 4, Kyle Fletcher. And number 5, Orange Cassidy. And those are your top 5 rankings for this week.
I got 2 quick statements, man.
What's up?
Number 1, I hope that Buddy Matthews comes back and slaps some sense into Brody and they go off and do their thing. Okay. I want to see them back together. Number 2, what is it you don't like about Daniel Garcia? Because you even said his name right there with a little disdain when you called him.
I just, he's not good at selling, I don't think.
No, not.
His offense.
Sometimes I feel he does too much.
What do you mean?
Just the way his character is. He feels like he just goes over the top.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he goes a little too much towards being a prick, and it doesn't work. That's the thing. It's not that it works and I don't like him. It's that it doesn't work and I don't like that. And his offense, a lot of times, it doesn't like have a flow. It just looks like he's going from move to move to move to move, and that doesn't work for me. And also another thing, like 2 weeks ago, there was some match. I forget what match or if he won or lost or whatever. But as he was going back towards the tunnel, there was some fan who was recording him with his phone and wasn't even like all up in his face or something. You know, the fan was in the stands and Garcia's walking. He slapped the phone out of the guy's hand for no reason, you know, and I don't think it was a plant. I think it was just Garcia being a prick. Phones are like a fucking $1,000 nowadays, man. If you got a big phone.
I refuse.
Fucking $1,000, even if they're not. They're a couple $100 usually.
Yeah.
Don't smack people's phones out of their hands, man. That's fucked up. So I don't like that. Didn't like that.
I got you.
All right, real quick, we're gonna go over what's up on Dynamite tonight, and we're gonna talk just a little bit about the All In card that is starting to take shape. So Dynamite tonight, which again we're not doing a watch along tonight. Sorry about that. The watch along will be back next Wednesday at 7:55. Tonight, TNT title match, the Jet Kevin Knight of the Callis family defending against Chris Jericho. Yep. And this is Jericho's first title shot in AEW in several years. I'm not sure how many years, but several years. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Yeah.
We got a Continental Cup match. Switchblade Jay White, the leader of the Bang Bang Gang, is taking on David Finlay of the Dogs. And I think we know who's going to win that one. Another Continental Cup match. We have the current Continental champion, the leader of the Death Riders, John Moxley, and he is taking on Jungle Jack Perry, which we saw a little preview in that 8-man tag. We saw a little preview of them not liking each other, which was a nice little way to set up this match tonight, you know. Casino Gauntlet number 2 entrant match. MJF versus Nick Wayne versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Should be a really good one. Should be a really good one tonight. So that's what we've got announced for tonight. 4 matches. I assume we're going to have some more, but that's what they've announced. All right. And real quick.
More for you.
What's up?
I got 2 more for you. CMLL World Champ. Yeah, CMLL World Women's Champion Persephone and Sheeta versus TBS Champion Maya World and Thunder Rosa.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Then we'll have, I guess this is going to be a squash match, Chris Statlander versus Viva Van.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll hear from Will Ospreay, and that's it.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I hadn't checked that since yesterday, so thank you.
Gotcha, bro.
All right, and we'll talk real quick about the All In card. It's August 30th in London, England. I think it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm still not really sure. I don't know. Hopefully they haven't even told us, have they?
Nope.
Which is real weird. Like, say All In, 1 o'clock, August 30th. You know what? So I don't know. I've heard 1 o'clock p.m. I don't know if that's right or not. I think it starts in the afternoon, in the late afternoon in London, which would put it starting in the early afternoon on the East Coast, which would put it starting in the morning on the West Coast. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of buy numbers they get for that show. Because like I said, on the West Coast, if it starts at 1 here, that means it starts at 10 a.m. on the West Coast. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you got to do sometimes when you're across the world, halfway across the world. All right, All In. Here's what we got. World title match. Should be a great one. We got Kenny Omega defending the belt against Owen Hart Cup winner Will Ospreay. I imagine that'll be the match of the night. Could be a match of the year contender with those two in it. Women's world title match. Willow Nightingale defends against Owen Hart Cup winner Mercedes Moné. We got a world tag team title match. Cope and Cage defending against the Young Bucks. Women's world tag team title match. Divine Dominion, who are undefeated as a tag team, taking on the other undefeated tag team, the Brawling Birds. So someone's getting their first loss. I think it's going to be Divine Dominion. We got a Continental title match, which will be the 2 men in the Continental Cup final. And we have the men's Casino Gauntlet match for a future world title shot. Number 1 entry is Andrade El Idolo, the national champion. As we said, number 2 is decided tonight. I imagine it's going to be MJF. I'd be shocked if it's not MJF.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 6 matches, and just to so far, and just to show you, again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I really don't like it. Just to show you, AEW has too many belts. We got 6 matches announced. 5 of them are for belts, are for titles. That's not. Come on, that really makes the titles not mean a lot when almost every match is for a title.
Every match.
You know? Yeah. So I don't like that. I know I say it all the time, but they need to cut it from. They got 10 titles.
10.
They need to cut it down to like 6. And I won't go all in to what I think they should do right now, but they should cut it to like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I will tell you what I think they should do. I think they should cut out the international and the continental, keep the national title, make that a bigger deal. Because continental, what does that even mean? You're the champion of North America? I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know. International,
okay, I get that. But they're called the international champion, but most of the matches are in the United States.
Yep.
So I say cut out those 2 just because it doesn't make sense. Now, national champion, okay, most of the matches are in the United States. It makes sense. You're the champion of the United States. So I say world, national, men's tag,
TNT.
Oh, no, cut that one out too. Take all those away. Take all just for singles titles that exist right now. So have the world, the national, men's tag, men's trios, and I say add a men's cruiserweight title.
I like
and that way, some of these lower card guys that we see taking losses, we can see getting together and having good matches and getting some wins. Like we said, Ace Austin, Commander, people like that who lose all the time but are very talented. They give them their own division. Let's see some great matches where these guys get to pick up some wins. So have a cruiserweight division. Yeah. And then women's, I say just have the women's title, get rid of the women's tag titles. So what is that? Men's world, men's national, men's tag, men's trios, cruiserweight, one women. So 6. Take it from 10 to 6.
And it'll work.
That's my plan. But so if they add another belt, I'm done. If they, I mean, they just keep adding belts, man. It's ridiculous.
No, I don't think any more are coming though.
I've never seen or heard of a company with 10 fucking titles before.
10 of them. 10 of them.
Never heard of it.
No, they're going to bring something else back.
All right, I'm done with my rant. So, folks, that is going to do it for AEW Weekly this week. Thank you very much for watching, or if you're listening, thank you for listening. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat, Faz B, City by the Bay, Stephen Chambers. We appreciate your opinions, your comments, your news, all that stuff. For those of you watching, if you didn't get in the chat, get in the chat. Tell us your opinions on what we're talking about. Ask questions. We will address your questions. You don't need to be scared to talk to us. We're nice guys.
Don't be scared.
Don't be. But yeah, get at us in the chat. So yeah, again, this will be on our X page. If you missed part of it, at No Bones Wrestling. That's at No Bones RASSLIN. It's on our YouTube page, youtube.com/at No Bones About Wrestling. And very shortly, within an hour or two, this will be up on Spotify, iTunes, all those places, audio only. So if you just want to listen to it again, or if you missed part of it, it's there. All right. So real quick, I'm going to go over our schedule for the next week. Again, no Dynamite watch along tonight. Sorry I had to cancel it, but like I said, I want to spend time with my wife before I go out of town. Yeah. Tomorrow night, JCW Lunacy watch along with K Fabulous and Switch, 6:55, and JCW Lunacy is totally free on YouTube. I say this all the time, but it's written by Vince Russo and booked by Vince Russo. If you don't watch JCW, give it a watch. It is unpredictable. It's wild. There's good wrestling, sometimes great wrestling. Great storylines. It's something else. It's very different from any other wrestling product that's out there. So check it out. 6:55 tomorrow. Then we'll be back Tuesday night Russo. We're going through the Vince Russo era of the WWF. Most people call it the Attitude Era. And Tuesday at 7, we are doing a watch along for WWF King of the Ring 98, which is a great show. We're going to see world champ Stone Cold defends the title against Kane in a first blood match. We see that legendary match, The Undertaker versus Mankind in the Hell in a Cell. We're going to see the semifinals and the final of the King of the Ring tournament. I think we're seeing Vader versus Mark Henry, and several other matches too. So Tuesday at 7, check us out. And King of the Ring 98 is on Netflix for you to watch. Next Wednesday, we'll be right back here, 6 o'clock, AEW Weekly. And next Wednesday, our Dynamite Watch Along returns, 7:55 on Wednesday. So that's what's going on. And that schedule, again, will be on X, at No Bones Wrestling. And I post retro videos on there. I post AEW, Ring of Honor, JCW News. I post our schedules on there. So X is a very good place to check out what we're doing, what's coming up. Switch, before we go, you got anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say? All right.
Just come join us back here tomorrow night for some JCW. Whoop, whoop.
Yep. Whoop, whoop. And like I said, I may be on the watch along, but probably not. But if I can, I will. But K Fabulous and Switch will be here with you. And everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And folks, love yourselves, love each other. And as always, for the love of God, people, use your turn signals out there. Stay safe. Keep other people safe. No Bones About Wrestling, AEW Weekly. We're signing off. Switch, thank you as always for being here.
Already, my brother.
Yeah, man. And we're going to be played out with Switch's No Bones About Wrestling theme song. So, yeah, have a good night. And everybody, we will see you at 6:55 tomorrow for JCW Lunacy. Good night, everybody.
Look on that tournament tomorrow, bro.
Thank you, man. See y'all.
Set the tone. New war zone. Yeah, we came to talk it, pain and gold. No bones about it. Let it roll. Asa's got them books stacked high. Old take heat and that sharp line. Manager day shame, make fly. Seen every lockup, every running lie. Take fabulous, can't link, but she locked in quick. Costume drama, that spotlight slick. The pageantry, the flair, the grit. Found her home in the chaos of it. Switch been down since way back when. Horror flicks, dark dot sports again. CTR with that brother team. No bones crew, we the body slam dream. Time to welcome everybody to the room then. Balls for a prayer, the super kick up in the chin. Take a howl to the moon, watch them run in fear. No bones about wrestling, now is here. Books, toys, docs, and game night fights. Old